How we doing, guys? Hope you're all well and hope you're all good. So a different kind of video for my YouTube channel. I don't normally do anything like this. It's normally just me living my life. But I thought, do you know what? I work with loads of really inspirational people. I have worked with loads of really inspirational people. I know a lot of really inspirational people who have had an amazing journey. And obviously looking at the thumbnail for this video, you'll see this is just one of them. So I did get the idea because people have said to me in the past, you should get these people on and like talk to them and share a wee bit about their journeys and stuff like that. So this is going to be my first. And if you really enjoy this kind of stuff, I'm quite happy to revisit old clientele who might be happy to jump on and have a chat, or even current clientele, and kind of keep doing this stuff. So obviously this video, as you saw with the thumbnail, is quite an extraordinary one, like quite out there. It's not going to be for everyone. Bodybuilding isn't for everyone. But Diane's journey has been absolutely amazing, as you'll hear. So I actually spoke to Diane. This was the night before she was due to step on stage. The night before she was due to step on stage. And to go from where she was to where she ended up is nothing short of spectacular. The amount of hard work in the space of that 2 years has been absolutely unbelievable, to be honest with you. So again, I just asked her to sit down. She had no idea why I was asking to speak to her. Sit down, let's grab a chat, and if you don't mind, I'll record it. So we kept it dead easy, no pre-script, no nothing. And you'll probably be able to tell that by the way we're just kind of conversing. So again, without any further ado, next up will be the chat. If you do enjoy this kind of content, please like the video, comment on the video, and I will absolutely be sure to share more of this kind of stuff in future. But yeah, here we go. Hey Dan,
Here we go.
how you feeling?
Fucking brilliant.
Aye, you feeling that good?
I'm feeling really, really good. I was just going to say, I think because I know the work that I've put in, I'm like, I should be feeling good,
Right, good.
you know?
Right, so I've done a wee bit an intro by the time we have this chat. Again
Okay.
for YouTube or for wherever I might put it. But what I'm kind of wanting you to do, kind of go back to the start, right? Because a lot of people are just going to see the end product, and what I'm
Yeah.
kind of wanting you to kind of tell me and tell anybody else who cares to watch, that people just see the end product and it's going to see, regardless of the result, how fantastic you look. But what I kind of want to know is, like, before you even remotely got in contact with myself or decided to embark on this journey, what did Diane look like? What was happening in Diane's life at that time?
Oh, what was happening in Dan's life? It was literally an absolute car crash. That's what my life was like. More so coming to the car from a car crash. So obviously, always really fit. Bang, car crash happens. Puts you out for 18 months. You end up with nerve damage. Or I did, obviously, in my leg. End up with crutches, a splint, thinking never going to be able to nurse again, never going to be able to walk properly again. So then I had a pity party to myself in a sense, through frustration more than anything. Even though I knew better, it's still mentally it took hold kind of thing, mentally and emotionally. It had an impact on everything. So I was like, what's the point kind of thing? But then I was fighting with that. What's the point? And come on, Dan, this isn't you. And then obviously piled on the weight, tried to battle to get it off. And I thought, can I go to New York, try a pair of jeans on? They get launched across the room. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to swear, right? So, as much as you love a swear, I thought, nah, can I do this? Got my favourite jeans that had for a good few years, and I could only get them to my knees, no any further. And I thought, and that's why they got launched. Obviously, they've got launched. Then Ali's like, what on earth was that? And I'm like, don't even talk to me right now. Just don't. It's no good. Flew back home, landed at, I always remember it, 31st of January. Landed at 1:30 and reached out to you about 7:30 that night. I need to do something. I need to fix this leg. I need to rehab myself. Because reaching out to different people, I was just, now it was like, nobody was interested. Oh, here, take this tablet, take that, take that. I don't want to be taking all this, you know? I thought, no, I'm going to rehab this. And that's obviously when I reached out to you and it was a non-negotiable. Here we go. You could have went 20 grand, no bother, take it. Save my money.
I should have known that.
So that's how much, because for me, it's priceless, and it's been a journey. Man, it's been a journey, as you know. And even although it's 2 years, it was 2 years of shit before it, and then 2 years of this. And it's just, it's been mind blowing. The changes.
Kind of recap that. So you're in a car crash. You were always kind of fixing you when you were fit, but never quite to the standard even that you've reached now, which I think is an
No,
important. Also
yeah.
50 now as well. So you've always been that kind of fit or dabbling in fitness, looking after yourself to some extent. You have a car crash. You have still got nerve damage in your leg right now.
Yep.
You also had a splint in your arm. Yourself classing yourself as overweight, which I think statistically you were.
Oh,
Uh,
I was. Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's important to say because some people will look at the starting photo and just say there's nothing really wrong with you there. It's going to happen.
hmm
But so you have this car crash, you go through this whole thing like you say is pity party, mental health, physical health down the drain.
Yep.
So you start doing this, right? So like obviously when you started the journey of it, like you said, it was rehab. So where
hmm
along the line did it change? And where along the line does it change where it goes for rehab to then you're going to be stepping on stage in a
I
bodybuilding?
know. I know. It
What
was,
along that timeline?
well, I can remember that. I can remember us having the conversation. Because obviously just before the car crash, I was training to do a photo shoot then in 2020. And I thought, I might do this. And then obviously the car crash has happened. And I thought, I will do this again. However, I need to rehab this. So it was kind of rehab, but want to do that too. So then remember when I'd said, I want to do a photo shoot. So I knew as the time went on, my leg was getting stronger. I would, did a lot of things where the exercises didn't put much pressure on my leg, but strengthened it. It sounds crazy to say, but it did it. And the positive thing was with my foot in particular and my leg, I never had any feeling in the ball of my foot or the heel. But by the time I got with you, the feeling had come back in my heel. I still don't really have feeling in the ball of my foot. So I'm very quad dependent in my left leg. So you'll probably notice, and me being lean, you'll notice my left quad's bigger than my right. It's so bizarre, but phenomenal at the same time. So in that, it was a short period of time, and I remember saying to you, I think I can compete. I think I want to do that when I'm 50. And then obviously we did plan to do it last year, but last year was a snowball of a year because so many things happened. So we put it off, and that was fine. I was fine with that. I was okay with it. And I'm pretty sure I made did I not make the decision myself? I can't remember. But I think both of us
I think it was
jointly,
both. Like I was totally
I,
was the way it was going. I was like, no, because you won't be at your best.
no, I wouldn't. And I knew I wouldn't. And I think that's when I've said to you and you're like, I'm glad you've said that. And I'm like, right, we're on the same page. And knew I was doing it this year. Non-negotiable, it was happening. So I think it was all within a couple of months. It was no, I think I'm wanting to compete when I'm 50. It's always been in my head for years.
No.
But I thought, no, maybe no. And classic, I'm maybe too old to do it.
Yeah.
And fast forward to the new, I'm like, no, God, I'm just starting.
But what gave you the belief? Like in terms of right, you're the point where you're no walking right, can't use your horn right, to the point where like you're going to be doing something that obviously required to be physically, and I use this very loosely because it's all perception as we know, is like
Yeah.
physically at your best. But right now, anybody that watches this, like trust me, you're not physically at your best. Like
No,
you might look really good, but you're not physically at your best. But in
no.
terms of, like what kind of physique and that you're going to present, like what gave you the confidence for going from where you were to like what you're going to be now? Like where did that kind of confidence come from?
So that I would say you, to be honest, because I had the thought in my head, I need to bounce this off somebody that's in the know, if that makes sense. And for me, you were the one that was in the know. So when I bounced it to you, I thought, if I was going to come back, no, right? No, like, I don't mean that bad, or it'll be the other way, but I kind of was when you're like, aye. So when you did it, it reinforced that thought I had about myself. I went, fucking knew I could do it. I just needed that wee bit, somebody else to confirm it.
You know me, like I'm
I
I'm
know.
always chatting about it. Like I'm a firm believer that people can achieve anything they really want as long as they want to work
Mhm.
for it. I'd say
Aye,
that all the time, and but the end of the conversation as well, like there's a you always need to be careful because you're always like we had the conversation. Well, as long as you're doing it for you and not going in there expecting to win, not going in there thinking
aye,
like that kind of chat. Like I think that's really important for anybody who
one
watches when
hundred
it comes
percent.
to bodybuilding and things like that. Like it's such a subjective sport that you can't go in.
Mhm.
You can train like you want to win, and you have, but you can't go in even remotely because you don't know who's even going to be there, and it's your first time. There's so many other things.
Yep.
But if the question was, could you compete? Which even some people might be watching this, they might have that idea in their head at one point, and the answer is yes. But there needs to be a realistic expectation. If you're going to just compete just to win, I don't think it's a good idea. Especially you'll never compete if that's your idea, I suppose, because unless you're some sort of genetic freak and you have been training for years and years and years, and you've just never happened to do a show, then it could happen. But in a general sense, like you would kind of need to go and find your feet. Some people have never been lean before. Like you've been lean before, but
Aye,
not
but
this.
nothing like this.
Nothing like this. So I think, I guess, like, because again, just to kind of keep this short, because tomorrow's obviously a big day and I'm not wanting to keep this going on too long. Like, if
Mhm.
anybody was kind of watching this and they were kind of like, I don't know, some people get inspiration from it, but if somebody's kind of sitting on the
Yeah.
fence, like, nothing to do with like doing the same thing that you've done, but they might want to pursue something like we're running, like, say, half marathons tomorrow. Some people
Yeah.
have the idea of just even joining a gym, like, they might be really struggling with confidence. They might be struggling with other like what word of advice would you give someone who's perhaps maybe just kind of sitting there and they're reluctant to make a change? But what would you really say to them, like to try and get them to do something?
What would I say to them? Get off your ass. You can do it. I would basically say, listen to your gut, listen to your heart, listen to you, don't listen to anybody else outside you because, as we both know, outside influences has a huge impact for that. And I really believe that. And I would just say, do what you want to do, know what other people think you should be doing.
Yeah,
If you want to do X, Y, Z, go and do that for yourself because you will regret it if you don't. You definitely will.
yeah,
I truly believe that they can achieve anything if they're willing to put the graft in, the commitment, no matter what it is. If they're willing to commit themselves to themselves, they can do anything at all.
I wholeheartedly agree. I've seen it time and time again, and not
Yep.
just in the physique category, because that's what people might be thinking, but
Hmm.
it's like see even some of the people that we're going to be like. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, there's also like 10Ks, half marathons, races tomorrow, the same day as your show.
Yep.
And there's people that are going to be running those kind of distances and doing those things, which I know, not too long ago, that would have been an absolute no-go. I
Aye.
really mean a no-go, and they're going
Yep.
to do it. And
Yep.
again, just purely because they decided they will. And then they sought out the help that they kind of needed in order to try and do that. Like you says, it just takes for
Hmm.
someone who you would remotely trust to sometimes, no, you can do that. And I know it always sounds
Hmm.
like fairy when you're saying it to people in terms of like you can do it, you can do it. People are kind of thinking, people just say that all the time, don't they? Like, oh, you can do it, go you. And it's like, I'm not, but it is true. Because
Aye.
normally,
Hmm.
and we speak about it quite a lot in the group, but I always say that the reason why anybody thinks about a goal in the first place is because they know that in the realms of it, it's possible. That's
Yep.
why it's there. Like, they'll think of something like, I wonder if, no, you could do that. You could absolutely do that. But the difference is that's that point and that end point. You want to do all the things in between those 2 points and
Aye.
that happen. And with
Yep.
you, like, you've not missed a beat.
No.
Not this year. Last year, obviously, things were happening that, but you've not missed a beat this year. So, like, I
No.
can't wait till tomorrow. Like, by the time I'll probably take my camera, and by
Yep.
the time this probably kicks on the way the filming's going to go, we'll be at the venue and hopefully make it in time for the pre-judging, which I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it, and I think you need to reflect the night. I think I don't detect any nerves from you, but there's
No.
nothing to be nervous about. I think you should just be excited, and that's the vibe I'm getting.
Um,
And I
I
think
am high as
regardless,
a kite.
yeah, I think regardless of what happens, like even if you went on and there was like 20 people and you were dead last, I think what people need to like recognise is that starting position to the position that you're in now.
Mhm.
See, do I think that's going to happen? No, but I think just looking. looking back on that journey, and for anybody, and I know people sometimes say that, but 2 years, and I was like, 2 years is like, how many people say, oh, time's flying, and you can do a lot in 2 years. You've done a lot in a year.
Oh, aye,
You know what I
aye,
mean?
aye. And I would say I'm testament to that. I really, really do, because I started way overweight, leaned in for a photo shoot, put weight back on. And I think this is nuts. I put weight back on and I lost more than what I put on.
Yeah.
And I thought, how? But I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
See, this 35 weeks, I've loved every bit of it. Aye, it's been brutal, but brilliant.
Yeah.
I've embraced all the learnings. I've learned so much and so many different things through what I did in 2022. This year, my 50th hit, and I'm like, what I've done in that time is unbelievable. And I never in my wildest dreams would have thought 20, 30 years ago, by the way, see, when you're 50, this is going to be happening. This is what you're going to be doing. I'm like, right then.
Yeah.
And it is. And I'm making it happen. That is the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. It sounds nuts.
And for someone who's just went through a prep to be sitting saying they don't want to stop,
I don't.
because most people are like, I can't wait till this is done.
No,
In
I'm
my
the opposite.
experience, in my experience, they can't wait till it's done. So it's a sign that like things have been going well, and we've done it relatively well, you know. So it's
Aye.
really good. But listen, we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow. Just obviously go and get your
Mhm.
best shot, and
Oh, you won't
sure,
wait this
I'm
space.
sure. You've got quite a big support. We were talking before I press record. You've got quite a big support going, and I think, yeah, I think you've got. I always say I'm not. I'm going to try and no shout. I say that every single time I go to anybody's football, boxing, bodybuilding, but I end up the biggest loony in the crowd.
Uh-huh.
But I'm pretty sure you're going to hear us all. But just the main thing is, no matter what, and I speak from experience and from other people's experience, but even if you're standing at the back and you're looking at people going, wow, 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 they are amazing, you need to go in there like the winner. You
Oh,
know,
aye.
you're there
I've
to
already
that
won before
stage.
I've went on.
Exactly. That's exactly what you
I
need.
have.
But listen,
Um,
listen, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. I
mhm.
think obviously you're looking forward to tomorrow. I've never seen your bikini. I've not seen nothing. So
Oh, just you
I,
wait.
I know.
Do you know, see when I went to get my bikini, we did a big reveal, right? And I will send you the video
Yeah,
when the comp's done. I went to pick it up and she does the big reveal and it's so good. I think it's really, really nice what she does. So I'm like that. Oh my God. And I left her with free rein to do my bikini. I gave her an idea. I went, just you do what you want, right? And this girl totally exceeded my expectations, right? So as I was lifting it up to have a look, oh my God, I was bawling. I burst into tears. And I was like, oh my God. I went, see if I could bottle that. That feeling in that moment, I went, I don't want to stop here. I
Aye.
want to keep going. I know I'm hanging out my arse right now, but it's for a purpose.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. It's sport. I see myself as an athlete now. I really do, because I've done everything that I had to do and I just want to keep going. I
Maybe
really.
maybe I'll use that as a title for this video. Cripple to athlete. Maybe a catchy title. People will be like, "Ah, like it's a bit miss." She wasn't exactly a cripple, but aye. But I know you've worded it like that to me before. I was like a cripple before I started this. Like that.
I felt like a cripple.
Aye.
From what I was used to, I was so used to being training, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh no, you know, and the challenges that I've come up against, even in the past 10, 15 years with different other things.
Yeah.
And it's so personal to me, this.
Yeah.
It is so personal, huge. So we're not stopping here. This is just the first one.
Well, we'll just kind of say that. Watch this space. We might visit a video number two, but
Yep.
let's not waste it.
No.
We'll pick this chat up tomorrow in person.
Uh-huh.
Just obviously relax and enjoy yourself, and I'll see you then.
Yes, you will. And I can't thank you enough. I can't. Because you gave me that plan. You gave me everything to get there, and I've just had to execute it. But it's took the 2 years. It takes teamwork.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I
And we've done
always
it.
say good clients make good coaches. I said that since I was a wee
Aye.
shite personal trainer in the gym.
Yep. Oh, I remember those days well.
I said
See,
that.
as long as I don't go arse over tit on that stage, we're all good.
Aye. Aye. But no, as I said, we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Yes, you will.
Come on, Diane!
So this was Diane's tea walk, and because of the music, I can't let the music play, so I'll do a wee bit of motivational stuff over the top of it. But kind of watching this back, it's been an absolutely incredible journey, and I'm sure when Diane's watching this, she's going to be thinking the same thing. I know people in the crowd were going pretty wild, the people that were around us were very impressed by her, and she just looked like she was having fun. She really, really did. And in a personal note, to kind of see where Diane's kind of went from the first point of contacting me, hearing her story and stuff, and then deciding that we're going to do this kind of thing. Like I've said many times before, it's been absolutely extraordinary. It really, really has, and it's been a kind of privilege to be part of it. Absolute privilege to be part of it. Like I said, to help anyone and be in a position to help anyone is an absolutely blessed thing to be, and to kind of see this unfold and to do as well she did has been absolutely amazing.
Okay, Jules, can you take the third place trophy and can you give it to number 12?
And when Diane got this third place, we were all so happy because it was a really strong class. It really was, and the smile kind of said it all. And everybody's very proud of you, Diane, and I know you're very, very proud of yourself, but everybody was there to support you. Everyone was cheering for you. I know there were a lot of tears, not with me, but with everyone else, and I just hope you take the time to reflect on your journey and realise how well you've done, and that you're a symbol to everyone else that if you really, really, really want something and put your mind to it, you can absolutely smash it.